Previously in 2017, I went inactive ever since my mom found out that I smoked weed for the first time. I was also homeless for the first time too, and there was still a bunch of horseshit drama going on for just over a month after I made the last video, which was about a couple weeks before I got caught. Maybe that binge was enough to get me in trouble. In this video, I'm going to be talking about coming back from that, along with all the other times I've been inactive in 2018. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is a part 2 of the inactivity chronology miniseries. Expect a total of 5 videos in this miniseries. You already know what I'm about to be talking about. Before we get into this video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell for notifications, and let's play the inactivity chronology in 2018. Once I finally felt comfortable enough to make YouTube videos again, I came back with a New Year's video for 2018, pretty much talking about my feelings for how 2017 went and what I had briefly planned for the future. Almost 3 weeks after that, I got caught high at school. I went to smoke some weed with a couple of friends after I met up with them by the lockers, and by the time we came back in, one of the staff had already suspected us of smoking on school grounds and had us called down to the office where we all got searched. They didn't find anything on me, but my red eyes and my speech impediment from being all nervous was evident enough to prove that I was high. I got DMLC for a week and my mom took my stuff again. After I got my stuff back, I uploaded that story called Inky Quits Weed, along with including a little commentary piece on how I might actually quit smoking weed. Obviously that never happened. I was going to make Inky Quits Weed part 2, but my probation ain't piss tested me. I was hanging out with another buddy after school on Valentine's Day. A casual, cold, and boring-ass day literally turned into one of the most interesting and weird adventures I've ever gone on. That friend and I met up with another friend to hang out and meet this 30-some-year-old lady dude had just met at the bar. We hung out and got to a hotel to do some drugs. I was really just getting crossfaded off liquor and some weed. I ran away from home too since I got threatened over my grades and just getting grounded the other week. I would stay with some friends for the time being until a buddy's dad got the word I was a runaway and called the cops on me. I was grounded once again after the cops brought me back home. Not nearly as long as I thought I would. May I add, the friend I was initially with on Valentine's Day wasn't with any of the hotel adventures. After I got all of my stuff back from being grounded once again, I uploaded the first part to that story up to where we would drop off the friend I was with the whole time. I was going to upload the rest of the Runaway series about that story within a 2-week span until one early morning in March. My mother called me up to her room to confront me about the cocaine on my pants video she had just came across. She assumed that I was talking about doing coke on somebody else's pants, not actually spilling baking soda all over my pants before getting pulled over for doing drifts in the school parking lot. Still not that typical for a 15-year-old to be involved in, but she did get mad for the wrong reason. She also stormed into my room and ripped the screen off of a laptop a good friend of mine gave me a long time ago. Surprisingly, it was only the screen that came off and not the wires attached to it, so not only that the computer was still working, I was able to get an HDMI cord and plug it into a mini TV a buddy gave me a long time ago I used as a monitor. Right after she damaged the computer though, she kicked me out of the house. I was gone for a week and a half at a buddy's house again. One sunny day at the park, I was using a buddy's phone to communicate on Snapchat since at the time I had lost my phone in the snow like 4 months prior. Coincidentally, my mom was having my brother track down my Snapchat location to its most recent update, which was at that park I was at. My mom actually pulled up on me and my homies with my little brother, and they had me go home to be grounded once again. It was actually around this time that me and King of Cats were coming up with a diss track against Raichu on YouTube. I ended up pranking everyone on my channel on April Fool's Day with the idea of me actually dissing dude in a song, but with just a regular commentary video. Another thing I mentioned in the last video, it took me almost 6 months to start working at my first job at McDonald's. I got interviewed and hired on the 1st of November 2017, but didn't get a ride at orientation until mid-April of the next year. I was lucky enough to get a hold of that $10 to give that buddy for a ride there and back, or at least to hang out with him after orientation with a ride home. I started work just over a week later. I didn't want to risk making YouTube content getting in the way of school and my job, so I obviously took another break off of YouTube. I came back with a couple other videos in June, but something else would happen that very same month that would cause me to take another break. My mom and I took the car that was sitting in the garage for 6 years to a car shop where it would be properly tuned up and ready to go. The very next day, me and her went to pick the car up and pay for the service fee, and ever since that moment, I was a proud Minnesota driver for the very first time. Basically, after I got my driver's license, I was able able to not only drive more in my friend's car in some circumstances, but I also just spent a lot more time being outside of the house, hanging out with more friends. It was only 5 days after I got the car until I fell asleep behind the wheel and crashed it at 3 in the morning. There's an entire story video about this that will be linked in the description below if you're interested. Eventually, I was able to squeeze out one more video out of little to no motivation, which was the early morning roadkill story. After that, I basically continued to focus on work and school, kept hanging and smoking with friends, and kept the casualties going on for the rest of the summer. I did lose my job in October to pretty much my mom overreacting about me biking to my job before school, but I was able to get another one about a month later. That should conclude all of my inactivity in 2018 for making YouTube content. In 2017, I spent 4 months being inactive, 122 days to be exact. In 2018, I spent 300 days being inactive from my channel, which is 10 months. It was pretty bad. I'd probably have a bigger fan base if I stayed consistent with making videos over the years, but half the time I didn't even have a computer. Feel free to stay tuned for the future of this mini-series. That should conclude everything. Once again, thank y'all for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you're new to my content, and don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. Follow me on all of my social media. The links will be in the description below. Share this video to anybody that's ever been inactive on the internet, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.